ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। 84 मनोलयेनोपाधिः सन्नात्मा संसारवर्जितः स्वेन वास्तवरूपेण सुषुप्तावतिष्ठते। By knowing merely the Sat Brahma as the basis or the Karana of Jagat, the Jivatva or Samsaritva itself doesn't go. So what is to be discovered? Besides discovering that the Brahma is the cause of Jagat, one should also discover my true nature is nothing but this Brahma only. Swasya, that is Swasya Brahma Bodhena, Swasya Brahmatva Bodhena, 73. Jivatvam apagacchati. By discovering, by direct cognition that my true nature is Brahma. Now my true nature, what is that my true nature has to be first discovered. For example, you are Brahma, that is what is going to come now. Tat Tvam Asi, this equation. Tvam is equal to Tat. Aham Brahma Asmi, I am Brahma. Or Ayam Atma Brahma. Or Pradnyanam Brahma. So these point out what our true nature is. But when you say you are, when the Shruti says you are Brahma, you means who? Me, I. And as it obtains now, presently, what is my concept or what is my experience about myself? I am an individual who is subjected to birth and death, who has got an embodiment, who has got mind, pranas, and subject to sukha, dukkhatmaka, all types of experiences. About Brahma, from where do we get this information or knowledge? Brahma is like this, where? Shruti Upanishad. What do they speak about Brahma? Brahma has no birth, no death, no sorrow, Paramananda Swarupa, no change whatsoever. Do these both tally? Can you put an equation? Pauper equal to billionaire. Can you say so? Not that. So samsari, a miserable creature, cannot be the one who is free from samsara, Paramananda Swarupa. Yet who has made this equation? Shruti. Shruti Upanishad. Upanishad means who? Ishvara, Parameshwara. Parameshwara will not tell something that is wrong. So, what we should do? Write a thesis that Parameshwara is wrong and get a PhD. Available. Not in India. Abroad you will get such degrees. What should be done? So, we have to investigate what this I, there must be some wrong concept about this I, what is called as you are Brahma. So, unless that is thrashed, equation is not going to hold good. So, that you has to be ascertained. What is its exact nature? But is it samsari or free from samsara? So, that you, I, aham, in aham brahmasmi, tvam, in tattvamasi, or ayam atma, this atma, ayam, in ayam atma, or pradnyanam, that knowledge principle in that pradnyanam Brahma. That has to be ascertained. Why not first ascertain Brahma? Brahma is something told by Shruti. But I am, is it necessary that Upanishads have to come and tell you? Look, I am telling you secret. Do you know what I am? You are. Secret? Can it be a secret? It's not. You are a fool, okay, that is a different thing. Or you are a wise person, okay, that is fine. But you are, Shruti, Upanishads and Ishvara need not come and tell me. I am. But what is that true I has to be ascertained. Technically, this is called as Tvampada Shodhanam. Tvampada Shodhanam, ascertainment, you means the I. So, and if the direct cognition of I must be there. Actually speaking, direct cognition of I is always there. I am, how do you know? See, look, I am talking now. You are listening. How do you listen? With the ears and preferably behind that mind. Okay. If the mind has gone for a walk, what will happen? You will not be listening what I am talking. Is it not? But I am. How do you know? You see this? Oh, my body is there, therefore I am. Is it? Suppose in pitch darkness you are there. Are you able to see the body? Even if you hold the finger like this, you can't see the finger. Do you say, if somebody is, who is that? Wait, let me get light. Even that you can't say, let me get light means what happens? You know that you are there. What made you know that you are there? You may say mind. Okay, that is fine. Mind. With mind I know, that's fine. In sleep, are you there or not? I slept means I was there. Mind was not there and yet you know. Means this I must be something which is self-evident. It is known on its own. But what I know myself today is really not the true I. I know myself as what? Miserable, samsari, creature. So therefore I have to go to Vedanta class to know what is this all about. Even if I go there, thousands of questions bog down my mind. All this happens. Now this I is nothing but Chaitanya, pure Chaitanya, free from all the features of the gross body, subtle body, including the ignorance, the causal body. That has to be ascertained. So then and that also, it should be direct cognition. That is what is called Atma Anubhava. See, yesterday we have seen, for any knowledge, for the knowledge, leave aside Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. For the knowledge of anything, if it is direct knowledge and not indirect knowledge. Indirect knowledge, what we call as what? Paroksha Jnana is out. What is being said now doesn't apply to Paroksha Jnana. That is different thing. But where Aparoksha Jnana, a direct knowledge, whether it is of Atma or of any object or being or event is there, there must be what? An anubhava, an experience which should be yathartha. Yathartha means true to the nature of the thing. For any knowledge of a given thing, an experience true to the nature of the thing is the basic constituent, is the avibhajya ghataka. It is the ghataka, the constituent, which you cannot get rid of it. If that is not there, and if you just pick up some information, that is what is indirect knowledge, paroksha jnana. Atma is Satchidananda, etc. we get from the Shruti. So and nowadays information technology is there. I think if you press a button, all that is Atma will come there. You are not going to be wiser there. This is what, no doubt, Paroksha Jnana. We have got some information, that means something about the Atma, that is Paroksha Jnana, indirect knowledge, not the Aparoksha Jnana, because for any direct knowledge with the Atma or otherwise, an Anubhava corresponding to the true nature of the thing must be there. Atma is always there, Anubhava Swarupa, But unfortunately, the anubhava and experience that we have about ourselves is not yathartha. And on the contrary, it is what? Ayathartha. It is on the totally opposed to what I am in reality. So why this is so? Because of ignorance and wrong notions about the mind and the vagaries of the mind. That mind has to be set right. So that's why the Shuddhantakarna, etc. Why necessary? You can see in the shaking water also sun is reflected. But can you get the true picture of the sun in the shaking water? No. It is all shattered into pieces. But the luminosity is there. But suppose, again, if the water is muddy, what will happen? It will be dull. Suppose the water is clean and steady, what happens? Exact replica of sun is seen there, reflection is seen there. Similarly, if the mind is disturbed, vikshipta, and it has got so many vagaries, etc., what will happen? Atma all along being there behind the mind, true yathartha anubhava, Atma anubhava swarupa, but yathartha anubhava will not be there, but mixed with all those superimposed things will be there. So that is why Shuddhantakarna and Nishchalantakarna is necessary. Delay is in preparing the mind in terms of these two. If these two are there, little inquiry as to how this embodiment cannot be me, how this is there, that itself is sufficient. So therefore, this Atma Anubhava we do have now, but it's ayathartha. It should be yathartha. Therefore, I am the one who is available to me all along being Swayam Jyoti, self-evident principle. So therefore, this has to be known in reality. If necessary, the mind has to be set right, means disposition has to be corrected, that is which is calm, composed and steady. So this is where that ayathartha Atma Anubhava should be yathartha. And then I know myself in reality. Shruti comes and tells pramana, the means of knowledge. This you is what? Tat. What is tat? Sat. What is a sat? Brahma. Sadeva somya idamagra asit. If this is not so, means if this Tvampada Nishchaya is not clear, what happens? You are Brahma will fall flat. On the contrary, you may get wrong notions. Or you may get disappointed. See, Upanishads say, I am Brahma, but I find myself I think something basically wrong with me. So such a notion also is possible. No. So therefore, so now we have to take to some means, sadhanas, by which this you, I has to be cognized in its true nature, yathartha swarupa, that Atma Anubhava must be there. For which already a means has been given now in this Shruti, which you have seen from 73 to 84 or 74 to 84, that this Jiva, who is Manopadhikaha, or also called as what? Atma Chaya, that is with one who is endowed with Chidabhasa. Atma Chaya, Chidabhasa refers to Upalakshana for Jiva, Manaha also Upalakshana for Jiva. So this Jiva in reality is what? Vastava Swarupa is what? Sat Brahma only, and all this, that is Supti, Swapna and Jagara belongs to whom? Mind. This was proved or shown with the help of what? Swapiti, sleep. Shruti, Chandogya took the help of the Swapiti, and that Swapiti, Swam Apiti iti Swapiti. With the help of that, you in reality is what? Sat Brahma, that is Chaitanya, let us say. No, yes, you in reality is free from samsara. That was sure. This is one of the means, but the topic now is going to be what? The Jivatva can go only when I discover myself to be Brahma. First, to discover myself to be Brahma, first I have to thrash what is me, I have to settle account with me. So that has to be done, for which three means are being given. Out of which one mean is already described. So that for now, introduction comes now to the topic, to the second topic. What is the first topic? What was the first topic in this chapter? Sat is the karana for entire Jagat. Jagat is mithya, Satya alone is the truth. First prakarana. But that itself is not going to eliminate the samsara. So what should that jivatva can go only? Why I am Brahma Swarupa, that has to be discovered. That is the second topic, started from 72, second line, 73 stanza, second line. Now, for that, to know me as I, what is necessary? Some means are necessary. Those means are now being introduced now. Actually, one means is already described, but he has to introduce now. These are the three means we can make use of, which he is now. This is a commentary. Commentary by who? Vidyaranya Muni. He takes help of a Brihadaranyaka mantra. From a Brihadaranyaka mantra, he takes help of that and then shows these are three dvarani. These are, dvara means not simply door, sadhana. Trini sadhanani. Here are the three sadhana wherein from the known things to us which we are already aware of, very familiar with, from that we can arrive at our Swarupa as free from what? Samsara. Means I or Tvam in Tattvamasi has to be first trashed and ascertained. What are those? That is now being done from 85, 86 and the first line of 87. So what are the three dvarani? One is Chichaya. Chichaya means not simply Chidabhasa, but Chidabhasa Upalakshita Jivaha. The Jiva indicated by who? Chidabhasa. And with the help of this Jiva, the Atma Swarupa, free from samsara, is ascertained. Actually, this is already done by the description of Sushupti, Swam Apiti, in stanza 74 to 84. So, therein it was shown that in sleep, Jiva is in Vastava Swarupa. So, therefore, Chichaya or Jiva as the sadhana for Atma Avabodha, sadhana or dwara, as Atma Avabodha, to gain the knowledge of Atma is useful, one sadhana. Second sadhana is like this. It is our sthula deha, gross body. Do you know or not? Have you got one or not? Or because you have come to Mahabaleshwar camp, what happened? Body remained at Bombay only and you have come without body. So, Sthula Deha. With the help of this Sthula Deha also can serve as the sadhana, dwara, means to know Atma Swarup. See how it will be seen now. Fine. Third is the Indriyani. Sense organs, organs of action. Have you got or not? Yes. So they also can serve as the means to ascertain what Atma Swarupa. We have got now three means to ascertain what the Atma Swarupa is. Then this is what Brahma will be pointed out. Now let us see now. And now this Sthula Deha as a sadhana for Atma Avabodha is described in stanzas 88 to 101. 80 because better you know these captions. So Sthula Deha as the sadhana for Atma Avabodha is described in 88 to 101 and thereafter Indriyani, the sense organs and organs of actions as the means to gain the Atma Jnana will be described in 102 to 105. So in this manner there are Trini Dvarani. Dvarani, doors means three sadhanas, means for what? Atma Avabodhani, for gaining the knowledge of Atma. So that is now being shown. This is based on Brihadaranyaka mantra 2519. Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Babhuva. So that is there below the this translation of 85. Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Babhuva Babhuva. Continuing in below the translation of 86. Indro Maya Bhi Kururupaha Iyate. Indro Maya Bhi Kururupaha Iyate. Continuing, it is not in your book. Hara Yuktahi Asya Harayaha Shata Dasheti. Yuktahi Asya Harayaha Shatadasheti. This mantra from Brihadaranyaka is made use by the author to point out that for ascertaining I Atma, we have got 3 dvarani, 3 sadhanani, 3 means. So, just let us quickly go through that Brihadaranyaka mantra. Rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva. Atma, Paramatma. What happened? Rupam rupam prati means upadhi bhedam prati, which with respect to each and every upadhi. And upadhi here is the deha body. So that is deham deham prati. Rupam rupam prati means with respect to each upadhi means with respect to each deha prati. What it happened, this Paramatma? Pratirupa means rupantaram means pratibimbam. So it became a pratibimba, a reflection as it were. So means anurupa, in accordance with that. So it's that is in accordance with the very body itself. Babhuva, it became. Indro maya bhi pururupaha iyate. Indraha is Parameshwaraha. This is not our Devendra. Devendra got because of Parameshwara only. Like that, no? So this name is, in Kannada, there is a nice name, Bomma. It appears very colloquial, but actually it's Bomma means Brahma. It is an old fashioned as Bomma. Bomma, that is there. In fact, it's in olden, nowadays nobody will put that name, but they don't know. It is a very great name. Bomma means what? Brahma. It's Brahma. So, Apabhramsha of Brahma. So, like that. So, that means, now you say, Krishna. Krishna, that is Krishna. Who? Dwarakadhisha Krishna. Vishnu, somebody's name. Olden days, Vishnu Datta, etc. was there. Very common. So, Vishnu, like that. Parameshwara's name is Indra. That name was given to whom? Devendra, the king of gods. So, not other way. We are more familiar with Indra as who? Mischievous person in Puranas, that we are saying as a thing, but his name is from Parameshwara, Indra only. Generally, only in few Upanishads we find this, Indra as who? Parameshwara, but actually Indra stands for, in the Aitareya we find, Idandraha became Indra. Idandraha, a short form, nickname as it were, became Indra. Fine. So that's why we say, Indraha, Parameshwara, what did it say? Mayabhi. Mayabhi means Prajnabhi, with different cognitions. What type of cognitions? Cognitions with the embodiments, especially the Antakarna Buddhi. Prajnabhi means Upadhi Bhutabhyaha Dhibhyaha. The Dhis of the Antakarna endowed in the each and every embodiment. With the help of that, what happened? So, or it can be Prajna Mayabhi, can also be Nama Rupa Krita Mithyabhimanena. Prajna, that is Maya. Because that identification with each and every embodiment that one has got. So what happened? Pururupaha iyate. Pururupa means Bahurupaha. Manifold iyate pratiyate is seen, known, cognized. Means Indra, because of the identification, Indra means who? Parameshwara. Because of identification with varied embodiment or because of the cognition through varied upadhis. So what happens? Appears as though many, though one in nature. So the other one, we have Yukta Harayaha, we'll see afterward. So now, based on this, 3 dwaras, 3 means to know Atma are being given. Chichaya cha vapusthulam indriyanyatma bodhane. Dvaranityah mantroyam rupam rupamiti sputam. So before proceeding, in Paroksha Jnana, especially the Paroksha Jnana which is Nitya Paroksha, as in the case of heavens, etc., that knowledge doesn't have Yathartha Anubhava. In the indirect knowledge, wherein what? Permanently that knowledge is indirect, as in the case of heaven. You can't verify with this. That knowledge doesn't have Yathartha Anubhava as the basic constituent of the knowledge. Why? that Yathartha Anubhava is impossible. With this embodiment, it is not possible. So we are talking Yathartha Anubhava as the basic constituent or the Avibhajya Ghataka of the knowledge only in the case of direct cognition. This is sugar. What should be there? Merely seeing is not sufficient. Suppose it looks like a candy, but it is what? Alum. You will be misguided. So what should be done? It has to come on the tongue, and that experience of sweetness must be there. Then what is there? Otherwise, however much a person who never has tasted sugar in his life, sugar is sweet, by the very expression he may know that there is something desirable, but he will also say what? Sugar is sweet, not what it is. So that is how it is. But heavens, etc., which is Nitya Paroksha, not possible. The sun moves in the sky. Actually it is, sun is stationary or sun is moving? Stationary. Sun is stationary is actually paroksha jnana only. See, it is inferred thing because you can't verify, because what is directly seen is what? The moving sun. It cannot be a aparokshama, direct knowledge, no. You have to rely on this, etc. With what? Either inference, no, like that, no. A ship coming from the distant sea, etc. First is not, many things are there. Or Shastra says, what Shastra? Astronomy says. We knew long back sun is stationary. That's why, you see, all planets are centered around the sun. You see, anywhere, if it is there, in the center, who is there? Sun is there. And all around are these Navagraha statues are there. And they are, do you know how they are staying? They don't look at each other's face. You should see that. As if the fellows have quarreled with each other, they don't look at each other's face. Do you know why they don't look? If they look, it becomes a horoscope. No more the Navagrahas, it becomes a horoscope of an individual not worthy of adoration, not worthy of puja. Navagrahas have to be worshipped in their own nature. They should not see each other. But Surya is where? In the middle. He is stationary. All these guys, what? They are moving as it were. So like that. Anyway. So in Paroksha Jnana, certainly the Yathartha Anubhava is not possible and it cannot be the basic constituent. You should get contented with some information, with Shraddha, that's all. But we are talking Aparoksha Jnana of Atma, not some picking up some information from the Shastra. That is not going to help. Even if you repeat like a parrot, some Shraddha will give you something, means, at least some solace, but it is not direct knowledge, it is not Sakshatkara. Now take Anvaya. Rupam iti ayam mantraha chichaya vapuhu chichaya sthulam vapuhu indriyani cha sthulam vapuhu indriyani cha atmabodhane dwarani iti sputam aha. Iti sputam aha. Rupam iti ayam mantraha. This mantra which you have seen now, rupam pratirupo babhuva indro mayabhi pururupa iyate, further continued. This mantra, what does it give to us? It gives this, it very clearly, it tells us this. What is that? These things. Chichaya, as jiva, sthulam vapuhu, gross body, and indriyani cha, indriya, sense organs and organs of action. These, what are they? They say, cha, atma bodhani. In gaining the knowledge of Atma, in knowing Atma, I, in its true nature, Atma bodhane or Atma avabodhane or Svatma buddhaye, all these words are going to come. So Svatma buddhaye also, Atma bodhane only. In gaining the knowledge of Atma, dwarani sadhanani iti so sputam aha. So it has explained, it has told very clearly. How do you say? Have you understood? This mantra says, Chit Chayami Jiva and Stula Vapu body and Indriyas are means sadhanas to know Atma. No, it will be made clear now. It is introduced now in 86 and first line of 87. Dehe dehe pratichaya rupo bhut svatma buddhaye. Maya virindro bahudha deho bhut svatma buddhaye. Anvaya svatma buddhaye dehe dehe pratichaya rupaha abhut. Second line again, svatma buddhaye indraha mayabhihi bahudha dehaha abhut. See, Sat Brahma has not just become Bahubhavana, many, but while becoming many, what has happened? Already the provision is given of what? Knowing the Swarupa. Knowing the Swarupa. While creating, it has kept the provision to know the Swarupa. Why did it create at all? And then give all these provisions, etc. Because you are asked, you are responsible. What can it do? It has to, see, you have ordered and the Ishvara has to execute. And after ordering, you complain that I didn't ask for it. But Ishvara has got your order. Confirmed order is there. He will throw on your face. You know what is that confirmed order? All account of your karma phalas. Even computer may fail, but this guy will not fail. Do you know who is that guy? Chitragupta, Yamaraja's accountant. He has kept all the files ready. So, because he gives the, he has told you, Gupta Chitra he takes. The moment you take an action, what? The motive is printed there. Actually, the action doesn't warrant the result of this thing. The motive is the good or bad, that is what is there. So here, but after, otherwise, what is there? Maine kiya hi nahi hai. Dikhao evidence, you will say. Especially lawyers will say, lawyers are expert in doing dha to ma, In Marathi they say, dha cha ma karne. So in Peshwai, this thing, the order was dharun ana. One wife of that wanted to kill that princess, such maru nana. Dha was changed to ma. Rest all the thing. So after all, it was, that means that one maid servant discovered that and told the minister. Who is that? Bani Varsa boat, who is that? Ram Shastri. Ram Shastri. He had the guts to tell the king, you are the culprit. And he quit afterwards. Not like present day minister. So that is how it is. So anyway, so Dhacha Ma, so therefore, I didn't do it at all. So give the evidence. Absence of evidence is not the evidence that the evidence is absent. Better you know that. Absence of evidence is not an evidence that the evidence is absent. It may be somewhere, but you are not able to produce as such. That's different thing. So therefore, he has got them is karma phalas. Your karma phalas have ordered, Ishvara has faithfully executed. If it is something wrong, you are to be blamed, not the Ishvara. That being the case. Anyway, so therefore, that means, but Ishvara knowing what is going to happen. See, again, this is what taking for granted we as individuals separate. Don't put the cart before the horse. Don't start from Brahmana. Start from where? You as the individual samsari, jiva, suffering in this and want to get rid of this, etc. Start from there. Don't start from why Brahma, etc. Who said Brahma has never become jiva? So therefore, don't put the cart before the horse. All problems, even creation also, we put the cart before the horse. So we straight away start from Brahma. But straight away start from Brahma in the Upanishad to make you understand that is the source is that. But you have to start from where? Where you are in the creation, in this embodiment, and then raise yourself to that height and then look back. Then you will see what is there. Either you will smile or you will disappear. You will disappear. Why you will disappear? You, what a fool I was till now. I was an idiot. That you will know. Okay? That's why. Say, Shrutis are practical only to lead you from where you are. So don't straight away jump to Brahma and then go on imagining thousand things. So there it says, Swat, that means the provision is already kept, because Parameshwara, he knows. At times, no child, mother may give something to the child, the mother knows it is harmful, but it will give to teach a lesson so that it will discover and afterwards set itself right. So that is why Swatma Buddhaye, to know one's Swarupa, Dehe, Dehe, in each and every embodiment, what happens? Pratichaya Rupaha Abhu. So it became what? Pratichaya means Pratibimba Rupa, it became. Pratichaya means Pratibimba, Upalakshana for Sansari Jiva. What was told as Chichaya, Chichaya, Atmachaya, Atmachaya, Chichaya. That is what is called Pratichaya. So why it is stanza 83? In 83 it was told that Atmachaya P. That is what standing for Jiva. It became. Means that Jiva is a means or serves as a means to know Atma. How? Already seen. With Swapa Varnana. Swam Apiti. The Jiva with respect to his sleep can be useful as a means, dwara, sadhana, to know Atma Swarupa, which is already done. But here, to club these three together, present these three together, it has been reiterated. Then second one is what? Swatma Buddhaye means Swatma Avabodhanaya, to gain the knowledge of Atma. Indraha, Parameshwaraha, we have already seen. Mayabhihi, with the identification of all these embodiments, or the cognition through all various antakarnas or various embodiments. What happened to that? What he became? Bahudha Deha Abhu. He became many gross bodies. Again, those gross bodies serve as the means to know Atma, Atmava Bodha Sadhana. Will be explained from 88 to 101. First line already explained from 74 to 84. Second line will be explained how Deha can serve as a means to gain the knowledge of Atma. Will be explained from 88 to 101. Now, Indriyas as the means to gain the knowledge of Atma. Have you got Indriyas or not? Have you got body or not? Yes, that body can be made use to know Atma. Indriyas, those Indriyas can be made use to know Atma. So this is based on this Shruti. Yuktaha hi asya harayaha shatadasheti. Asya, for this Atma, what is that? Who is the now? Asya means this. The Atma who is now wielding what? Body. To that body, harayaha. Harayaha means actually horses. Horses means who are the horses? Indriyas are called horses. What do horses do? They carry you. Is it not? You sit on that, either on the horseback or then the chariot. They carry you like that. That means they take you somewhere. Now, Indriyas are called horses because Haranad Harayaha. They do also Harana. They kidnap you. How? By force they take you where? To the sense object. Indriyas take you to the sense object. So therefore Harana, because they take you somewhere, so they are called as, Indriyas are called Harayaha. So Asya Yuktaha, they are what? Yoked. To whom? This body. How many Harayaha? Shatadasheti. In tens and hundreds and thousands. Because with respect to innumerable upadhis, having got these Indriyas, they are innumerable. Not a given upadhi will not have innumerable, but endless upadhis have got so many. This. So that is now explained as a means. Let us see. Indriyashvaste na yuktas taccha swatmava buddhaye. Chayam ashritya tatratma bodhita supti varnanat. Indriyashvaha tena yuktaha taccha swatmava buddhaye. Add dwaram bhavati. Add dwaram bhavati. Tatra chayam ashritya atma supti varnanat bodhitaha. तत्र छायाम आश्रित्य आत्मा सुप्ति वर्णनात् बोधितः. Indriyashvaha. Indriyashvaha, horses in the form of Indriyas. Tena, by that means Dehena, with that body. Which body? Physical body. Yuktaha, yoked, tied as it were. They are yoked. Just as the horses are yoked to the chariot, so to this body, which can be considered the chariot, the Indriyas are in the place of horses are yoked. What for? Tacha. Tacha stands for that Indriyashvanam Dehena Yuktatvam. Yoking the Indriyas in the form of, horses in the form of Indriyas. That is, horses in the form of Indriyas. Not Indriyas in the form of horses. The Indriyas are compared to horses and not horses to Indriyas. Indriyas, that is horses in the form of Indriyas, actually Indriyas only. So, being yoked to the body, that is what Tacha, or you can straight away say Tacha means Tani Indriyani. Those Indriyas are yoked to body for what? Swatma Buddhaye. For gaining the knowledge of Atma, Dwaram Bhavati. Indriyas serve as the dwara, the sadhana to gain the knowledge of Atma. For us, what do Indriyas do? Dwaram certainly bhavati. Vishaya bhogaya dwaram bhavati. Not Atma Buddhaye. We do make use of Indriyas. What for? Khavo, pivo, maja karo. But Bhagavan has provided for what Indriyas? Swatma Buddhaye. To know the Atma Swarupa, Paramatma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. This will be explained from stanza 102 to 105. So therefore, this Brihadaranyaka mantra presents us three dwaras, three sadhanas, three means to know Atma. Out of which, first one, Chichaya, the Jiva as the means for Swatma Avabodha, is already discussed by the Sushupti Varnana. That is what it says. Tatra. Tatra means among these three means to know Atma, namely Chaya, that is Chichaya, Jiva, Stula Deha and Indriyani. Among these three, Chayam Ashritya. Chayam Ashritya, Pratibimbita Atma Chayam means Chidabhasa means taking recourse to Jivam Ashritya. Chaya stands for Jiva. Atma, what is the Swarupa of Atma? Supti Varnanat Bodhitaha. Already taught. By what? Supti Varnana. By description of Swapiti. By sleep Swapiti. Already that is 74 to 84. Now, let us see how this Deha can serve as the means to know Atma Swarupa. Very interesting. No? So like no Swapiti you have seen, no? Like that here something comes. So this is based on 683 Chandogya. Ashanaya pipase me somya vidanihi. Actually what it says, Sani, please know from me Ashanaya pipasa. Ashanaya means hunger. Pipasa means thirst. Actually these are our Laukikas can say they serve as something else to know what Atma is. Stanza 88 to 101 explains based on this 683. So, O Sani, please know from me what is Ashanaya Pipasa, hunger and thirst. Let us see. Ashana, actually, let us see. Ashanaya Pipasoktya Deham Ashritya Bodhyate. Ashanaya Pipasakhya Dvayam Swapiti Namavat. Ashanaya pipasoktya deham ashritya and atma bodhyate. Ashanaya pipasakhya dvayam swapiti namavat. Ashanaya pipasoktya, the Shruti Chandogya 683, by the mention or the state, that means stating what? By the statement of Ashanaya Pipasa. That is what Ashanaya Pipasoktya means. By the statement of Ashanaya Pipasa, deham ashritya. Where can be this hunger and thirst be? You should have physical body. Mere subtle body will not help. So physical body must be there. So therefore, through ashanaya pipasa, what is brought in picture is physical body, because they abide in the physical body. So with the help of that, that means deham ashritya, by the statement of ashanaya pipasa. So actually taking into account what? The physical body, taking recourse to that ashritya, atma bodhyati. Atma is what the knowledge of Atma is given. So that the note in your book is correct. The import of this verse is just as the word swapiti, etc., etc., etc. That's correct. You can not that everything is given is that precise, but this is precise. So how do you say so? You are talking of hunger and thirst, and how Atma can be known as through the body? It's like this. You have to probe into these two words, ashanaya pipasa. Ashanaya pipasa kya dvayam means these two words, ashanaya pipasa, hunger and thirst, swapiti namavat. Actually, they are two names for something else like swapiti. Swapiti was taken as what? A verb. Verb as that means one who sleeps. But for Viveki, it is a noun for the person who is asleep. Why? Swam apiti, the one who has merged or become one with Atma Swarupa. Likewise, just as the name Swapiti of a person who is asleep can make us know what is Atma Swarupa as free from samsara, so also Ashanaya, this Shabda, though it means hunger or desire to eat. Ashanaya means either hunger, Ashana means hunger or desire to eat. Ashanaya means hunger. Though it is so, Ashanaya word stands for water. How will be seen? Pipasa word stands for fire. And with these, what happens? With this Utpatti, Ashanaya, Pipasa, both which are there in this physical body, through this physical body, can show us what is our Atma Swarupa. So, Swatma Avabodhane Sadhana. Ashana means Ashanam Ichchati Ashana. Then some suffixes catch and pip have come, thereby desire to eat, hunger becomes. Ashanaya also Ashanam Ichchati Ashana, catch Triyam, a feminine word is made. That's okay, don't bother about grammar. It means hunger. Now let us see. Now this word, first now Ashanaya is taken. Pipasa will be discussed afterward. So Ashanaya, up to 96 now, Ashanaya is being discussed. Ashanaya janai prokta kshuda vastu vivekibhihi nayantyashitamittevam apsu nirvachanam bhavet janaihi ashanaya add iti kshuda prokta वस्तु विवेकी भी अशितम नयन्ति इति एवं अशितम नयन्ति इति एवं अपसु निर्वचनम भवे अपसु निर्वचनम भवे. See, from common man standpoint, what Ashanaya means? From a Viveki, Atmanatma Viveki, but from his standpoint, what is Ashanaya? These two things are distinguished here. Janaihi, Prakrutaihi Janaihi, by lay persons. What is being done? Ashanaya iti, the word Ashanaya iti is said for what? Kshuddha Prokta. Kshuddha means hunger. What it means? What a lay person means by word Ashanaya means what? Hunger, Kshuddha. Whereas the same word means something else for a Viveki. Vastu Viveki bhi. Those who are Vastu Viveki means those who inquire into the Vastu means Atma, Brahma. So Vastu Viveki. The real thing is only Atma, Brahma, therefore it's called Vastu. Vastu Viveki bhi. Ashitam Nayanti iti. With this derivation, etymological derivation. What is that? Ashitam Nayanti. Ashitam means bhuktam, whatever that is eaten, assimilated. Nayanti, so what is that? They carry. Therefore, what is that? The one, whatever that is eaten is carried by who? The water. Water means not simply water, your saliva, enzyme, everything is there. Whatever that is liquid in nature, so saliva, enzyme, water, all these, what they do? That means ashitam, bhuktam, ashanam. What happens? Pitaha, apaha, the water that is drunk, what does it do? Dravikritya, having liquefied it. So that means liquidized. So the water that is drunk liquidizes the food that is eaten and carries, and after what is that? Assimilation, it carries to entire body. That's what is called, that is what? Water. If water is not there, you will understand what it is. So therefore it says, Ashitam nayanti iti, with this derivation, they carry the eaten food. Who carries? Water. So therefore, Ashanaya means what? Apsu iti evam, with this derivation, apsu, in the water, nirvachanam means etymological derivation, bhavi. So Ashanaya is what now? Water. So that's why Shruti says 683, apaha eva tad ashitam nayati. Whatever that is eaten is carried by who? Water. So water. Same thing is explained further. Pita aposhanam bhuktam dravikritya nayantyataha. Ashanayeti shabdokta vinmausotpattirannataha. Pitaha apaha bhuktam ashanam dravikritya nayanti. Ataha, add apaha, ashanaya iti shabdoktaha. Put a full stop there. Annataha vinmausotpattihi. Annataha vinmausotpattihi. Pitaha apaha. Not apaha, apaha. Both meaning the same. Apaha means water. What water? Not any water. Not in the lake or your tap. Pitaha, drunk. Water that is drunk, what does it do? Bhuktam, eaten. Ashanam, food. Ashanam, food. Bhuktam, ashanam. The eaten food, what does the water do? Dravikritya, having liquidized. So, if we having liquidized, so that's why some people, with every morsel, they want the water, no? Not good, okay? You should not that. You should after at least 2 hours, minimum 2 hours or so, you have to drink water, not at that time. So, dravikritya, having liquidized, nayanti, carries, water carries. Iti ataha, therefore, apaha, water is called what? Ashanaya. Ashanaya, iti shabdoktaha. Shabdoktaha means shabdena uktaha. Yeah, that means described by the water is described by the word ashanaya. See, this word comes like this. Asha plus naya. These two words are accounted like this. This is the phrase. Go nayaha. What is go nayaha? Gam nayati. A shepherd, a cowherd. A cowherd who carries, means what? He leads the cows to the pasture land and back to home. Back home, that is what he leads. So therefore, Gam nayati is called Gonayaha. Ashwanayaha. Ashwanaya. Ashwan nayati means one who tends the horses. This is Ashwanaya. Purushanayaha means king. One who leads the people. King. So like that, here Ashanaya means the one, that is what? One who carries the food. That is what? Water. So, because nayaha, actually the word is ashanayaha, because water is plural. Then that visarga gets dropped, it becomes ashanaya. Anyway, now ashanaya means what? The one who carries the food, water. Now water, what happens? This way food eaten gets digested and assimilated. What does it give rise to? From this food, on account of water, this is born. Vinmausotpatti annataha vinmausotpatti. From the food, through the water which liquidizes the food, what is born is now Vinmausotpatti. Utpatti, birth of wit, feces, mausa, flesh. Also bones, etc. come there. This is Upalakshana for, do you know what? Sthula Deha. We are arrived at what now? Gross body. So, see now, from water what happens? The food gets digested. Vinmausotpatti is there. Now, this body, let us trash now. You will arrive at Atma. Body is there or not? Means its cause must be there or not? What is that cause? Anna. Not straight away, don't go to Anna. Anna. Anna from there what? Elements. From elements where? Its cause? Sat. Started from where? Body. Cause-effect relationship, keep in mind. No food? No, body will become food for someone. How? Because it has to be disposed of, it has to go back to earth. Once it goes back to earth, it becomes the food for someone else. Now it says, now let us see. So now 91, 92, see from this help of the body, now let us see further, that is what the cause is being traced to Sat. There in Chandogya 683, Etat Shungam. This body, Shunga. Shunga means a sprout. Sprout in the sense Karya. Have you got a body or not? It is a Karya effect. Of what? Food assimilated. Shungam. Just as that is from a banyan seed, the sprout shoots forth. So also from the cause, food, this body springs forth. So Shungam. Utpatitam is born. Then, what is that? Modhe some vijanihi. But the body is there. Don't think it is without the cause. Amulam nedam amulam bhavishyati. Body is there. Don't think it just has come. It has got a cause. So what is that cause? That is what now, if you inquire into that, you will find that finally it is Sat Brahma only. Vinmausa heturannam yad etasyotpadakam jalam. Jalasyotpadakam tejas tasya chotpadakam cha sat. Vinmausa hetuhu annam. Yad etasya utpadakam jalam. Jalasya utpadakam tejaha. Tasya cha utpadakam cha sat. Go on tracing the cause. The body is there means it is a karya. It has to have a karna. Let us see. Vinmausa hetu. Vinmausa, vit mausa, feces and body stand for body. No. Mausa, flesh stands for body. Know what your body is, okay? Oh, sab ganda hi hai wo. Vinmausa hetu. Its karna, cause is what? Annam. Yad. Yad here in the sense, verily, as an indeclinable, as an assertion. That also has the meaning of assertion. Verily, etasya, of this annasya. See, cause of the body is anna. What is the cause of anna? Etasya annasya utpadakam means karanam is what? Jalam. Without the water, food cannot be born. Even eaten food cannot be assimilated. So that is what jalam. What is jalasya utpadakam? Cause of water. Tejaha. Go back in the elements. Tejaha. And what is the tasya tejasaha of the fire? Teja means fire. What is the cause of fire? Utpadakam cha sat. Chandogya, the order that was given. So therefore, what is the cause, the final cause of the body? Sat. So you start from where? This body. So why this is given? Because the fellows who suppose themselves to be very rational, no, nowadays modern, we are scientists, rational, because Shruti says they don't believe. So therefore reasoning is given. A cause, an effect can never be without the cause. Body is there, it must have the cause. What is that? Food. Food have the cause. Water. Water have the cause, should have the cause. Fire. Fire should have the cause. What is that? Sat. How will be explained now? So you arrive at the final cause, Sat. अनुमायात्र कार्येण ज्ञेयं तत्कारणं परम् सन्मूलकारणं ज्ञेयं स्याद्विश्वासोऽनुमानतः अत्र कार्येण अनुमाय तत्कारणं तत्परं कारणं सन्मूलकारणं ज्ञेयं अनुमानतः विश्वासो स्यात् अत्र कार्येण अनुमाय तत्परं कारणं ज्ञेयं तत्परं कारणं ज्ञेयम्। ओम स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।